What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy. You're watching Blue Line Morphs. This week's we were supposed to have Baker on. He's MIA. I don't know what's going on. I sent to talk to him earlier. He said we were good. So I don't know. I'm baffled. I even sent him a couple messages here just to make sure we were still good again, and I haven't heard back. So is there anybody before? Because I have a backup right now sitting on deck. But is there anybody here in the audience that would like to join me tonight? So that way, yeah, I mean, person I have on backup, we all love to talk with and hear his show. But I'm going to give anybody in the audience that wants to hop on here and take a shot at joining me tonight, first shot at it before I bring on my other reliable guest. Any takers? I'll give you guys all a minute since the chat's normally a little bit slower. While I'm waiting here, I'll go through the what's up, Jeremy and Holly for Snakes and the Memories. Kevin from 4S's, what's up? Excuse me. Ed, what's going on, brother? Those enclosures I saw at Chris's and Nate's facilities, freaking awesome, dude. Mind blown. I was not disappointed in the least. I was very, very impressed with those enclosures and everything. And the hockey puck's still there. I didn't get the sign up yet on the incubator, but there's the acrylic sign to go on the incubator. And for anybody that's for the 900 sub giveaway, this is one of the options as to what your hockey puck could be. I know I'm pretty sure Ed can get your logo if you have a logo yourself that you would like done for it. I'm sure we can get that done as well, but that's pretty awesome. So I'll show that off again a little bit later, but that's pretty darn cool. I like that. Let's see here. Rob, what's up? Adam, what's going on? Amelia, what's going on? Jose, how you doing? Nicole, what's going on? Will, how you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Stan, thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. Gershon, what's going on, brother? Let's see. Chip, what's going on? So is nobody in the audience wants to join me tonight? If you guys don't, last call, because I'm going to send this link out to the next contestant if nobody wants to join in tonight. What's up, Morph Wizard? Thanks for tuning in. Bob, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Of course, Jeremy. Of course. Always an excuse. Just to keep you, anybody that just joined, I don't know where Baker's at. I was in contact with him earlier today. He said we were good, and I don't know. I have no idea where. I have no idea. I sent him even a couple messages before this because I was like, "Oh, we're like 2 minutes out. Where are you?" And nothing. All right. So, nice, Gershon. Nice. Dude, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to chat about that thing because I want to know your take on that as well. All right, Adam. Let me get the link and get suited up, brother, because here comes your link. If I could figure out there we go. Okie dokie. Let me figure this out quick. 1 second, everybody. Do. All right, while we give Adam a minute to get in here, Baker just did get in. Okay. 1 second, everybody. This is like actually really sad and important. Apparently, I guess Baker there's an officer shot where he in his department or whatever. So that's a perfectly good reason why to not be here, because that is a lot more important than my live. Yeah. So everybody, thoughts and prayers out to that officer involved in that, because that's terrible. 3 minutes, Adam. Come on. How big's that coat? No, you're good, dude. You're good. Morph says we can talk Kenobi. Spoiler warning. Kike, what's going on, brother? Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Kent? Thanks for tuning in. I think I did say hi to you, Chip, but hey, Chip, what's going on? That just that's just mind-boggling. That's one thing that would scare the living daylights out of me if to be an officer would be to not know if you were going to be coming back home that night, or even anybody in our armed forces as well. That I can't imagine that. So while we wait on Adam, I had a blast this weekend. I went down to Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons facility. Toward that facility, I toured Chris's from BNS Reptilia, toward his facility. What's up, Head Stamp? Thanks for tuning in. Patrick, what's going on, brother? How'd you sneak in there? Toured Chris's from BNS Reptilia's facility, and I toured Danny from DTMG's facility. Let me tell you, everybody, I was just filming that much at those 3 places that I think my phone was overheating because it kept freezing up while filming. And yeah, so I have a crap ton of editing to do, a lot of footage. It's probably going to end up getting split up into probably 2 videos per breeder, if not a little bit more. What's up, Manly? What's going on? Excuse me. But yeah, a lot of great footage. There's a surprise while we're at Chris's. He told me, he goes, hey, I got a surprise for you when you come. And I was I was not prepared for what the surprise was. And there's even another surprise, but I'm not at liberty to talk about that surprise because I figured he'll probably, I'm going to see if I can't work something out with him to have him come on like on a special episode or something like that and kind of go over what we have come to the conclusion of with his one clutch there. But that was it was just a great visit there. Saw a lot of awesome snakes. Saw one really, really spicy pine snake, I think it was. That was an experience to witness. That was really, really cool. Michaela, what's going on? Jaffe, how you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Michaela, yes, with what we were talking about with your girl that kind of threw out like those 4 eggs, or it's like 3 or 4 slugs and then just stopped. It's probably a lot easier just to talk to you on here about it. Since it's been like 2 days basically, and she just basically has stopped trying, apparently, I would definitely make sure you call. I'd try to get her into a vet. Maybe somebody in here might have a different opinion with more experience. I would be concerned because that lining there for the oviduct, if I could speak. I was actually just talking to Nathan about this yesterday. That starts fusing to those eggs I don't want to say fast, but I mean, it does start fusing there at a decent paced rate, and that will cause that egg binding as well. So yeah, Ken, you guys were saying about taking it to the vet as well. But yeah, I would definitely, try to get her in. And okay, 6 slugs. She was laying on 2 in the pictures. Proven, yeah. See, with that, like, if you take her to the vet, the worst that's going to happen is you spend however much it costs to get for the vet to do their thing, and they're going to, if my brain could function here, hopefully get the eggs out or give you more their professional opinion and everything. So I think you can't go wrong with getting the vet involved. Adam,
what's up?
Look at that nicely ironed chef shirt.
I told you, man. I got a brand to keep up here. I'm joking. I'll tell you the honest truth. My family's out of town, and my wife doesn't. She doesn't like steak, and she doesn't like red wine. So I've been gorging on steak and red wine, and my teeth looked like I'd been chewing a pen, man. So I had to brush my teeth and get my shirt on and all that. But hey, thanks for having me, man. We'll just hang out and have a good time,
Hey, I appreciate you, dude. As long as you're cool with it, you can still come on next week too. Unless somebody else in the chat, because I already got the thumbnail made up. It doesn't take long to make thumbnails, but I hate making thumbnail after thumbnail.
Look, according to Steven, every time somebody comes across my brand, it extends my brand. So I'm cool with it. Plus, all joking aside and tongue-in-cheek comments, man, I get along great with you, Jeremy. Like I would do a regular show with you. So absolutely, whatever you need.
That would actually be cool. That would be something neat to do, like a once a month type of special thing.
I would do it, man. Sorry. In fairness, like I say, I've been drinking red wine and I just made myself another beverage. So that's cool. But Michaela's comment there, man, I hope that female is okay. She lives just south of me, and she was like, what do I need for eggs? I got to buy, should I buy this or that? And I was like, Michaela's been a good customer of mine, good friend. She's always pleasant to me and all of that for the brand and everything. I was like, just come get an egg box. Don't buy a whole bag of vermiculite. Don't buy a whole light diffuser, So how did it turn out, though? I'm just trying to catch up right now.
Basically, from what she's still holding, like, she sent me a picture. I can pull up the picture here. You can tell, like, she did send me a picture, and I don't really recommend disturbing her more than you have to at this point. But you can just tell, there she is, by the picture that she's got something sitting. Let me figure out how to do.
Yeah, I'd seen it yesterday, but yeah, I'm sure everybody else will want to see too.
Like, you can see that she's sitting there with at least 2.
Yeah, there's an extra 2 in there. Yeah,
and there's 4 there, and she said that she's laying on 2 of them, so that's 6 out, and then you've got 2 plugged.
Yeah, I've never been in that situation, and maybe the audience has more input. Like my input to Michaela was, for a day or 2 or 3 or a week, let Mother Nature try and sort it out, just to let her be. Because obviously there's no vets out in nature for these pythons. Not like they just stroll to the vet. On the other hand, we want to make their lives better than what they would find in nature. So if there's a way to do it better, but I don't have any experience in that situation.
I don't either. Thank goodness. I guess I should consider myself lucky. Sean, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, brother. But I want to hear.
Oh, that's
Daffy saying that see, when I was down at Nathan's house, because I don't know if you heard me saying about how I basically did yesterday was nothing but snakes, dude. Hit 3 big breeders. I hit Nathan's place. I hit Chris's place from BNS, and I hit Danny from DTMG all one day. I was filming that much, dude. My phone kept freezing up. It was getting that hot. I had to take the phone case off just to let it cool.
Hey, at DTMG, he had Let me think for a second. There was a super Mojave. No, there was a Mojave to a Mojave combo that he just hatched, but there was enchi in the mix, and none of the snakes were pure white, but there was one that was like pure silver.
Yes, sir. I saw that one in person. Did you talk about a heck of a looking snake?
What is that? Is that a super Mojave GHI? Is that what's making it silver?
It's a super Mojave, super GHI. Yeah.
Ah, smart. No,
yeah,
that's a killer snake, man. That's a great snake.
Dude, see, like on Instagram, it looked nice. In person, wow. Well, and I think that already found a home though. Not here. I wish it could have came here.
No, it's
I'm pretty sure that found a home.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I think the one that I saw, maybe it's been posted again, and I'm not, one of my downfalls is that I don't watch Instagram and YouTube as much as I should as part of the community, But
it was also
hypo.
Yeah. That whole clutch was hypo. Yeah, I forgot the hypo part.
So I think what I only saw though was before it shed, and I was like, "There's no white snakes," but look at that! It was the one right in the middle with the whole clutch all around it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that looks like it wants to be an all white snake, but with other things happening."
Yep. Actually, when I was there, it's still that whole clutch hasn't shed out yet, I don't think.
Oh, okay. So it looked that cool without shedding, huh?
Yeah, dude, that
nice.
All right. I saw some awesome stuff at Chris's that has just been hatched, and that was just awesome. Danny showed basically anything and everything, even fresh babies. He had a mystery going on with one of his clutches that I think he got it figured out. I think he had red stripe floating around in one of his Batmans, and it was making some really awesome stuff in the clutch. So it's just I got to see my first in-person Exantic clown.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't TSK though, but I guess VPI Exantic. I guess it's okay.
What are you going to be, a snob now all of a sudden? Like you're too good for it? Like, nah. Whose was that?
That was at Danny's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, dude, it just wow. Danny just is working with that much high-end stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going through the racks and you're just thinking, good God.
So what was the dip? So, and I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with Danny. So what's Danny's handle or recommendation?
Danny is DTMG.
Oh, gotcha. I am familiar with him. Which is, by the way, a great name. Was it Don't Tell Mom I Got Another Python? Is that what DTMG is?
And honestly, I don't know. It might be Don't Tell Mom. Because I think his slogan is something. I love his slogan. I can't remember it though. It's something like it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission to buy the snake.
I thought maybe I was confusing it because you said his name is Danny, and I'm like, oh, maybe D is for the Danny. Maybe I got the wrong brand altogether. There's somebody that's like, don't tell mom I got another python, and that's what their letters stand for. And that sounds like
I was gonna say it. After meeting Danny in person, it sounds like it could be something that DTMG would stand for. Yeah. He was just a fun, welcoming dude, a blast. I mean, it was just fun. This whole, I even picked up a new snake while I was down there that I really didn't. I can't tell you.
Okay, fine. I spring into action. I get off the couch. By the way, I need somebody to tell me what's going on with the Lightning and the Avalanche. It's Game 6 in Tampa. They're down 3-2. And the game's going on right now. John is out there in Colorado. John, what do you got? Somebody's got to give posts of Avalanche scores here.
What's up,
tell me what snake you got, huh? Okay.
All I can tell you is that it is in the yellow belly complex. I'll leak that much out. It's in the yellow belly complex.
All right, that's cool. And I'm giving you, I just today, shameless plug, just today published the big pickup I got from like 2 weeks ago, and then I made a video about like 6 weeks ago. So I get it, no problem.
See, I wanted to watch it. I didn't get to watch it because I'm that far behind. Because Saturday normally is sit on the couch, snuggle with my daughter while she watches her shows that just drive me up a wall. Because normally when I catch up on my YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
And since Saturday was nothing but running around and filming and seeing collections, I just didn't get to get caught up.
You know, part of why I'm happy to jump in because I just want to hang out. But knowing what it takes to put on a show every week, knowing what it takes to book people every week, knowing what it takes to have the guts to go live and trust somebody that you don't know for 2-3 hours, and then be a dad, be a full-time worker, raise the snakes, take care of the snakes, and be a good dude on top of it. That, you know, when I hear you talk about your daughter and what she wants to watch, man, my boy's 10. I get it. It's like, man, we're either going fishing or he's telling me about Minecraft. And fishing I love. Minecraft, I got no earthly idea whatsoever. And like, I'm a little bit proud because I finally got him to focus on the old NES system, and we just beat Super Mario Brothers 3 together, which is, you know, nice. Yeah, I guess a fantastic accomplishment, but he's left me in the dust on what he follows, man. So look, I mean, and like you're saying, to get content on top of it, like we don't just do the live shows. I'm putting out 2 regular videos a week, and I know you put out regular videos constantly as well. And it's a cool thing, and I enjoy it. But man, that's why when I was like, you said you were running behind, it's not some hero or ego complex. It's like, man, Jeremy puts in the work. Let's have a show, you know?
I appreciate it, dude. Like, it's one of those things that I always feel. I hate feeling like, because I know, how do I want to put it? Sometimes you just want to relax.
Yeah.
and you just want to sit in the audience. So I feel bad. Like, I don't know. My wife yells at me all the time because I just hate asking me like, hey, do you mind coming on because I lost my person? Because you bailed me out for next week. And I was just like, well, maybe you just want to relax for a weekend.
You know, that's that balance of like, yeah, I want my own time, but on the other hand, what could be better than furthering my dream and my brand and getting, you know, I don't know what I'll gain tonight. Maybe nothing. I guarantee if I sat on the couch, I would gain nothing other than watching the NHL game. So there's a chance maybe I reach a new subscriber or a new future customer, and every one of those I get is a day closer to where I don't have to work for somebody else, or I can have, you know, a great time making snakes my number one revenue stream. So it's fun, man. It's self-serving, I know, a little bit, but like I say, I like hanging out with you too. So your show, and this is totally honest, I like your show. You have a skill of chatting and hanging out that I don't have. Like, my shows have an agenda that we're getting through, and it's not 20 questions. It's a little bit of hanging out and seeing where it goes. Yours is fantastic. Like there's some shows I wouldn't go on because I hadn't prepared any answers. Like, there's some shows where like there would have to be like, here's what we're talking about. I know you could carry it. If I got nothing to say, you're going to be like, okay, how about this? And it goes really, really well. So that's a skill that I enjoy. So that was another reason I was like, I don't care. Like, we'll hang out, and I know we're going to have a good time.
Thank you, dude. It's like anybody that actually knows me personally, they'll always say that, like, my wife tells me, she goes, just shut up, Jeremy, just shut up. And then, like, once I get comfortable around people, I do get that way. I mean, I'll just talk and have a good time. But if I'm around people that I'm not familiar with or don't feel comfortable with, I'll sit there and I'll just shut up, and like, you won't even know I can speak.
Yeah.
I turn into a mute.
I have kind of like 2 personalities. and people are blown away by him. So maybe 3 now that I have a show of my own. But there's like the show Adam. There's like right now, there's me on stage. I'm a professional musician. And then my day job career has been running restaurants for 25 years. So there's me when I'm on, and there's me when I'm off. And it was funny because the past 10 years I lived in North Carolina in a little rural town, and I'd run into people in the grocery store that would see me at work, and they're like, Adam, you weren't wearing a suit and you seemed down. And I was like, I'm not down. I'm shopping for bread in a t-shirt and jeans. And I'm just, like there's an on Adam, and then there's an off Adam. And I love both of those worlds. And I'm when those meet, I'm really, really anxious. Like some resorts that I've consulted for have asked me if I'll come perform there as a musician. And I'm like, absolutely not. Those are 2 different, I don't care what the paycheck is. Like those worlds don't get to collide kind of thing. And I get anxiety like you wouldn't believe it's almost a control thing. Like if I'm on stage and I'm not comfortable, it's an absolute internal disaster. I try not to show it, but it absolutely is, man. So I get what you're saying. It's like I'm in 8th grade at the dance again. Cause let me tell you, I can't dance, and the girls weren't flocking to me. So
I'm right there with you on that one. Yeah. Let's see here. Mainly what's going on. Nicole said that her husband's just like me on that aspect. So I'll get to actually meet Nicole, and I'm assuming she's bringing her husband. She might be bringing her son too. She didn't say who the other person she was bringing is, but they're coming up for the barbecue here in like 2 weeks.
Man, she's traveling from Maryland up.
Yep.
How cool.
Oh, dude, this is like Chris, to get you caught up real quick. Apparently there was a officer shot where I guess in Baker's police department. So there's some more important issues on his end. So Adam's bailing me out.
Yeah, and then to your point, man, in fairness, like something probably came up. That's a good dude, and
yeah.
No matter what anybody's like politics of anything is, somebody serving their community in that capacity, give them a pass, man. That was another reason I was like, I'll come on.
Oh yeah, I think I'll have to look at his message here, but I think he even was saying about we're gonna have to work something else out to come on, which hey, it is what it is. I don't mind. Like I said, that's more important than my show. I mean,
yeah, and if it's next week and needs to be, that makeup, don't worry about me, man. We're cool. Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep you in the loop on that one.
Yeah,
I'm off all week, so I could finagle all sorts of stuff. I need all week just to, edit all these videos I shot yesterday. Thanks, Chris. I mean, most of it's Chris's fault. He just has so much stinking stuff there,
dude. What's he up to? Like 33 clutches or something? Like I have trouble not feeling like this. Like what do I forget what I call it. Like the competitive thing where I got to keep up kind of deal. And I'm like, man, I'll never keep up with that.
Yeah, no, his incubator was full, dude, and it's a big homemade refrigerator thing. I mean, it's full.
Yeah.
I think he's almost done hatching though. I think it's a lot of stuff
that egg pictures coming out, man. Unless he's delaying posting them. I'm talking about Chris at BNS.
Yeah, Chris at BNS. Yeah, Matt, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Chris, how many more clutches do you have to actually hatch? Drop it down there in the comments. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I thought he had a whole lot that were hatching, and I thought he was pretty much basically through adding clutches. I might be wrong on that.
I mean, it is that time of year, so that makes sense. But like I say, every morning on it, so my daily routine is wake up and I work about an hour and a half on social media before I go work on my day job kind of thing. So Instagram's one of the first things I hit. I put a reel and I put a post up every morning. And of course, when you log on to Instagram, you can't help but to see what's there. And there's always another snake sitting on eggs from Chris,
Yeah. It's like for me, like you figure I'm only gonna get 3 clutches this year.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got 20 left.
he's got 20 yet to hatch. Good.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought there were more that were hatched in that incubator than, yeah, wow. But yeah, I mean, with me only having 3 clutches this season and seeing how everybody else having all these clutches, it's just kind of like, man, I hope next year actually goes a little bit better to where I at least have a couple more than what I have this year.
You know, what's crazy to me is that I'm still like 2 years in, I'm still processing and comprehending how vast our hobby is. Like, there's so many, the people are producing so many animals and there's so many people buying them. And like, I tell my wife constantly from a business standpoint, all I need is inventory. I feel confident I can sell them. Like, whenever I have inventory, they sell. And it's not like I'm not selling amazing stuff, but on the other hand, it's moving and it's something that really doesn't have much overhead because the snakes will produce more. I make the joke, like, no matter how many guitars I stick together, they're not going to pop out little baby guitars. They just aren't. Snakes will, you know? So it's really, man, I'm blown away by it. And Chris is one of those guys where I'm just like, because I mean, he's going to have, if say he's got 30 clutches and you average 6, you know, there's 180 babies, and we can keep up doing math on an average price situation, but he's going to blow that out of the water.
Matt just said he just hatched his first clutch this weekend. Grim the Clown. And got 3/4 of the clutch was Grim's. Nice. That's one Gene after seeing Sal from House of Gaia Pythons showing off. I think the super Grim is called the Grim Reaper, if I'm not mistaken, and that's an awesome looking
snake. I have heard about that.
That's an awesome looking snake, that super form.
Mainly. there was a time in my life, but not there wasn't lots of them.
I just now saw that. What's up, Steven and Courtney?
Yeah, so being at, yeah, so Chris says over 300 hatchling. Yeah. So like, and there's a lot of people his size out there. I mean, not obviously there's less than the people you and my size, but there's a lot of people his size out there cranking that out. And
yeah,
for those of y'all that don't know, Chris is at BNS Reptilia. He's a great dude. He's got the whole span. He's not necessarily focusing on just like super high end double recessives. I mean, I think there's a business lesson to be learned there of have the spectrum of what you can sell, not just one end or the other. But what I was if whatever you feel comfortable sharing, how big is this facility? I mean, because to produce 300 hatchlings, he's got to have 50 to 60 breeding females that went this year, not to mention holdbacks, males, you know, future breeding stock. So what's he got, 200-300 snakes?
In all on Chris, drop the info if you don't mind in the chat there, and I'll put it up. The amount of space he's working with. Granted, he's got 2 rooms. Like one's a smaller room, but I mean it's packed. I mean, you can't see a wall. It's packed.
Okay, nice.
It's I mean, and then that's basically his ball pythons and his boas, and I think his bloods were in there too. We were joking around that I was going to get to hold one of his adult blood pythons because it's been years since I've held an adult blood python.
Those things are nasty. I mean, not the specific one, but those things are known for a nasty temper, right?
They're known to be nippy. I had one years and years ago, and it came here. I'll embarrass myself a little bit here for everybody. A picture came up of me. Is like 11, 12 years ago. You guys aren't even going to realize like this does not look like me, but it is me, I promise. But that came up on my Facebook feed.
Man, look at that thing. And that's a heck of a snake too.
Yeah, that was a female blood, and she was 6 feet long and 26 pounds. And she was a puppy dog. I mean, I even left my son, he'd sit there on my bed with her, and she just, basically crawl up to him and he'd pet her, and she was completely fine. She did not have that typical, attitude to her. But they do get that bad rap. But I think a lot of it comes from just like the carpets when they're babies. Let's face it, when the whole world's bigger than you are, you're gonna, you got, and you have no arms or legs or anything. You gotta use your mouth to,
only
scare
one way
off.
to communicate. Yeah, and it's almost like, actually, I don't know. I don't want to say it. Like, there's certain breeds of dogs that have a bad rap. We can all think of what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But is it from a culture creating that, or is it from the animal itself? And I don't know that answer. I wouldn't want to further any bad stereotypes about an animal. So is it nurture versus nature? I guess is my question.
Yeah. Put it this way, like Chris brought out, I think it was 2 tubs of baby blood hatchlings, which you guys will get to see those on the video when I finally get to release it. And they were completely fine at first. I mean, it wasn't until they kind of had enough of being handled and having hands going over top of them that it was only one of them that started getting really angry, to say the least. But the others didn't care. But this one, it was just like leaping out at Chris's hand and throwing itself across the tub trying to get him. I think it's just like anything, though. If you work with it, they'll calm down. Just like Xena. Granted, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if she's coming up there. But years ago, if you would have told me I'd be able to hold her without using gloves, I would have probably laughed hysterically at you.
Right.
But just through working with her, granted, I still wouldn't go in there at night. I know what'll happen at night. Right. But the daytime, you rub her with the hook and you let her know, hey, the top is off, you can come out. She just kind of, comes out more willingly and with a lot better attitude.
Yeah, and we even see that in ball pythons, and ball pythons are known to be like the calmest ones around. Yeah. It comes down to knowing your animals. And I was here's my fee for joining tonight. On Tuesday, on my show, I have Ty Park coming on from Iguana Land. And he talks about a lot of getting to know animals, and in one situation they're this way, and in another situation they're that way. And even with 50 snakes, like, I know which snakes are going to want to be left alone, and I know which snakes are going to want to hang out and come see me. And humans are that way, dogs are that way. If you take the time as an animal owner to know your animals, they're gonna produce better scenarios and better situations for you to want to be in.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm just trying to get caught up here. All right, Amelia's got a question. Anybody got advice on how to get a stubborn female back on food after laying? Amelia, I actually have a video coming out in a couple weeks on that, but I'll spoil the video for you. Give her a nice bath in Dawn dish soap.
Yep.
Rub her down in that bath. Let her in there for like 20 minutes. 80-degree temp for the temp of it. Let her in there 20 minutes. Rub her down really good. Then I take a paper towel, dry her off, run that over her whole body, get her dried off. Fresh bedding, fresh tub. Let her go for on average. Normally mine, I let them go for like a week. I've had them take food, if feeding day was the next day, I've had them take food the next day. Sometimes they just need that 1 week to just mellow out again. If that doesn't work, try either smaller prey or different prey. I've had a few girls that they only eat rats. After they lay, they want a mouse for whatever dumb reason, and I don't feed any of them mice. But that normally, if that gets them to get back into gear. How about you, Adam?
Well, I know it's cliche, and I don't know, depending on the state you're in, you might not be able to get them. So my animals that feed live, I've got a local guy, Tito at Tradesman Exotics. He breeds ASFs, and I get ASFs weekly for a handful of my animals that will only eat live. And like, if they're going to be trouble, I may as well just feed them ASFs to make sure that they eat. Like, I'm not going to fight them. I want them to grow and be ready. So, oh man, there's Miguel from down in Tampa there. What's up, Miguel? At Perfectly Engineered Reptiles. Yeah. Oh. I bring them an ASF right after they lay. Now, I do everything you talk about. I give them the Dawn dish soap bath, and I actually put them in a tub with a lid on them. And as bad as it sounds, after the mom has just laid eggs, I put her in there and I just wait, 10, 15, 20 minutes while I'm cleaning the tub and changing out the tub, not just spot cleaning. I'm talking, commercial dishwasher, clean it. And by the time that's done, I get her off. I spray her down. She hates it. I watch out so I don't get bit. But I spray her down so that the Dawn's off of her. I dry her off. I put her away. And then I throw an ASF in there and boom. And then I've got 2 that have laid so far this year. Both of them are already back on mediums. And I'll feed them mediums once every 3 weeks now until, the fall till they start building. But I mean, mediums are a ton. That's a ton of animal.
John, to Adam and everyone with shows Tuesday through Friday starting this week, I'll no longer be able to join the lives. Work schedule changed Tuesday through Friday. Well, that stinks. But at least you got a job, John. And we've all got playlists that you can go back and rewatch. So that's the great part about YouTube.
That's the cool thing, John. And by the way, John, I hope you're doing well, man. John was one of the really, really early supporters of my channel, and he's seen me when I had 112 subscribers or however many I have now, or 1,400 or whatever. And John's a good dude. John, we're all working hard on our own journey. We'll all figure it out, just as you will. Yep. And Jeremy's right. We gotta pay the bills and live. And you're a good dude, man. We've seen that, man.
And while we're talking about you, John, and actually anybody that wanted a shirt that got a hold of me about shirt, and if anybody decides that they do want to get one of the new shirts, I do have the new Morphles Morphs shirts. They basically look the same as the other ones. Shirt quality is a lot better. It's still the same brand of shirt, but it's like the top tier. It's like a suede shirt. It feels amazing. The green's more of like a parrot green than a neon green, so the green's slightly changed. But the camera isn't really picking it up the right color, but it looks great. I love it. So I do have a post in my community section on the channel. So if you guys want to decide you want a shirt, go to the post. Actually, it can be either of the 3 posts about the shirts. I have one showing them off. I have one doing a last call, and then I have one showing the new shirts in the box. So just drop a comment on one of those. They're $20 plus shipping. On average, if you're on the West Coast, it's basically $10 to ship, is what I'm discovering. So $30, you get a shirt and some stickers. So, and you get to support me and the channel. So I think that's a pretty cool thing as well. And as you always say, Adam, the tiny minuscule bit of profit I make off of it goes to feed ball pythons.
Right.
I love it how you always put that like that. I think it's the best way to look at it. I mean, any little bit of profit from all of this just goes to feed the snakes.
Well, and like all of our situations are different. So for me, space by time, by money, and this isn't rational, but by how much I want to or don't want to, it leads me to not ever breed rats. And I won't say not ever. I guess if I had a different facility, I might. But right now, I would rather create content and figure out how to drive a little bit of revenue from the content versus raise the rats. And that's just for me. And most of my, I mean, I think on average, I probably buy 10 to 11 ASFs a week live, but I have 50 snakes. So, most of mine are feeding frozen thawed, which is what I would prefer to do. Anyhow, for a variety of reasons, for my situation, it makes sense, and mine are good. So I'd rather create content, build a community, maybe foster some future customers or consumers of content versus spend time making rats. But again, like I say, it's just me. That's what fits and works with me. So all of my YouTube revenue is designed to drive the cost of feeding.
Yeah, that's basically how I want my channel to be too. When I get to that point, it's just any money that comes from YouTube. I don't even know what a reptile channel makes a month.
To really,
I don't know if you mind sharing that, because I've always been kind of curious.
Oh, I don't mind sharing. It's going to break your heart, but I don't mind sharing, and not in a good way. So the reality. So for those of y'all that don't know me, my channel has right at 1,400 subscribers, and I do a live show once a week, and I do 1 to 2 videos. I know Gershon's in the audience. I told Gershon I do 2 videos a week, and like his eyes popped out. He was like, "What? That's so much work." And I'm like, "I know. I put a lot into it." So advertising revenue, it's a really amazing day if I get $3 a day on ad revenue. Okay. Typically my ad revenue is between $1 and $2 a day. Now that's with 1,400 subscribers. 5,000, who knows? I don't know, but that's me. And there's other metrics to go into it: average view time, click-through rate, all that stuff, how much YouTube likes you, and how much you're pleasing the algorithm. So $1 to $2 a day. On my live show with like the super chats and the stickers and that kind of thing, it averages out to, it gets me up to between $3 and $3.50 a day is what I make on YouTube. Now, if anybody's wondering why in the world would you work so hard for $3.50 a day, what we're not taking into account is that 50 to 60% of my total revenue, my animal selling revenue last year, came from people that came through YouTube, and that trust and that community had been built up. There you go. Yeah, straight blacks. Yeah, you're nailing it. So I put 2 buckets in kind of a distinct bucket, but the reality is that they're all under one umbrella. So for my bookkeeping and like encouraging myself and the daily metrics, it's $3 a day. On does it make sense for what I'm doing? Oh, this is the best advertising effort I could possibly give, and it doesn't intrude in family time, day job, paying the bills. No, absolutely. I would not recommend any other advertising mechanism than YouTube and Instagram as much as you can.
Totally agree. Before we get too far into this, since we're at we keep hovering between 20, like high 20s to 30 people in the chat or watching. If you're not already subscribed to Adam at Proper Royals, check him out. I would say his link is in the description, but it's not there yet. I'll have to get that in and get that kind of flip-flopped around here. But definitely go check Adam, maybe you can drop your link. Or maybe
I don't even know how to you know what? I'm so used to hosting the show where I can type on it. I can't, as the guest, all I can do is see comments. I can't type anything.
All right, you know what? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll put Adam's link. Hopefully I don't lose anybody by doing it.
YouTube.com/Proper Royals. That's it.
All right, let's see here.
What's up, the other Jeremy? That's Baud.
Baud, what's up, dude? Jeremy number 2. All right, here we go. Copy. If you're not subbed to Adam, here is his link. Check his channel out. And every Tuesday he's got a live. Give him a sub and a follow on Instagram and all that good stuff. Give him the love he deserves because he greatly deserves it. I think anyway, he's a great dude, as you can tell. And then also, if you aren't subbed to me, hit that subscribe button for me as well. I appreciate it. And hit the like button for this video and show me some love too, because I appreciate it. I'm trying to hit that 1K. We do have an 800 sub giveaway.
I was going to say believe it or not, I have notes on the show because I was like, man, I got to have something to talk about. And one of them is, where are you at on your subs? And I don't mean it in like where's Jeremy at? I mean it in like, where is Jeremy at?
I am I'm at 780 subs right now.
Nice.
So I'm ecstatic with where I'm at. I'd really love to be at that 1K with some of you guys. I'll take 780 though. I mean, I joke with my wife about, where I'm at sub count. She goes, because I always tell her about how I'm YouTube famous, just to like poke at her a little bit, just to aggravate her. And she goes, I guess it was today, she looked at me and goes, I think this is starting to get to your head a little bit. It's like, nah, I said, I'm just screwing with you.
There's two sides of it. There's the dollar and change a day that keeps you grounded really, really well. And then so I was at Daytona last year and it wasn't at the height of COVID, but COVID was still going. So, I mean, I was masked up. I didn't have my swag or branded gear or anything. So I have a mask on and then I got this terrible bald spot that burns in the sun. So I always wear a hat. So I got a hat, a mask, and I'm leaving Daytona, and a guy comes up to me, and my son's with me, and Jason is who it is. Jason comes up to me, and he goes, "I really love your live stuff, man." And I was like, "What?" This guy, what? This guy recognized me, man. It was a really cool thing, and since then there's been a few others. So yeah, there's days where you think it's getting to your head, and then there's days you click your metrics, and you're like, "Sweet, $1.16. I'm nailing it, man."
But yeah, 800 sub, we have a giveaway. It'll be a shirt and a sticker pack. And also I decided that, actually give me 1 second. I'm going to show everybody for who's coming to the barbecue.
So I know Miguel and Jeremy. I know Miguel for sure. Steve Casino, Steve's Morphs just had a barbecue yesterday. I'd love to hear how that went. I couldn't go because my wife and son are out of town. And I'm on animal duty here at the house. So I had to miss it. But what do you got going on for your barbecue?
For the barbecue, I'm doing a giveaway. It's not the snake sheds, but I'm going to do like a shirt giveaway. And whoever guesses how many snake sheds are in this tub,
holy smokes,
get the free shirt. So
what do you save them all? That's a big tub, man.
It's a 15 quart. Yeah.
What do you save all for?
My wife said she wanted to make jewelry out of them. And I thought, it's like, you know what? It's a renewable resource. I'll never run out. She's just got to actually decide to make the jewelry. But the carpet python sheds?
You put she would put the epoxy on top of the snake shed and then polish it. And it looks gem-like, but with the snake shed coming through it.
Yep. That's her plan.
One mature female would get 600 rings. What are you going to do with all of them?
Well, see, I figured she's only going to use parts of them. Especially the carpet pythons. I mean, let me see if I can't, because I just the carpet python sheds are just probably the coolest sheds you'll ever find. For instance, that would make a cool pendant of some sort with, that.
But that would be like Flava Flav's pendant that day. That would be huge.
It would be. I'm sure somebody out there wants it though.
That's true. That's true. We cannot rely upon rational, conservative thought on, and I don't mean conservative politically. I mean moderate thought when it comes to bling. Nobody's ever lost money on going big on bling.
Apparently, Jeremy got happy birthday got sang to him. But yeah, so that was her big thing. She thought she'd start doing that. She hasn't done it yet, but hopefully she'll start doing it soon because I can't really add any more into that. I'll put it this way. I didn't keep every shed, but there's about 3 years worth of sheds probably in there.
Oh, wow. No kidding. So that's a good hint. All right.
Yeah, there's stuff from when Natalia, she's now going on 4. From when Natalia was about, a hatchling size or a little bit bigger than a hatchling. So it goes way back.
Wow. That's crazy. That's cool. Like I admit I'm not as good as I should be. I was sending every shed that I had to Dr. Seidel for a while. And I've not gotten as good since I bought for the audience. I went from 27 snakes to 50 snakes overnight because I bought a collection and I've just now gotten to where the routine of cleaning and keeping up and all of that has kept me up. So, or that I've caught up and kept up with. But I need to get back to sending Dr. Seidel some sheds. As a matter of fact, I need to check back in with her. Maybe like late summer, I'll try and get her on just before she starts a new semester and see what they're going to be focusing on this year.
No, so while we're on her, let me finish with this one part, and I want to talk to you about that once.
Yeah.
800 subs is a shirt and sticker pack giveaway. 900 subs is a really cool giveaway. And this is from Ed. I don't know, Ed, if you're still in the chat here, but Ed Stemp, he made these awesome, which I have backwards, hockey puck things with the logos. Like it lights up. I mean, LED light for the hockey puck, and it lights the whole sign up. It's really
awesome, man.
But he sent me another one here as a demo, so you could either have this skull with the snake going through it, which I think is pretty awesome. Or I'm pretty sure he could still do your logo.
Even Ed, you message me on Instagram, man. I want one of those. Those are killer, man.
I actually have, I can give you his info. I actually have the link to get in touch with, I guess, who he works for.
Yeah.
I can send that to you as well, but that is in the description here for the live tonight. But yeah, no, I can get you hooked up with that, Adam. Ed,
and I see Ed just said he's still here.
Ed's still here. So Ed, if you can get in touch with Adam there, that'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah, I think that's killer, man.
He said I love it. Logo will be included. Awesome. So yeah. So that'll be 900 sub giveaway. And I'll throw a shirt in with that as well. Because I can't just have, I got to do something on my end on that. I can't just have it just be all on.
That's right.
So it'll be a shirt and the hockey puck. And for the 1,000 sub giveaway, I still don't know what I'm doing on my end. Chris from BNS Reptilia, just out of the blue, I think it was last live or 2 lives ago, was super generous and said, actually, I think it was when he was on the channel on the live. I can't remember. My memory sucks. But he volunteered to throw in a snake for the giveaway for 1,000 sub. So my mind was blown on that one. I was super grateful for that. So there will at least be one snake given away. Trying to figure out what else. Maybe I'll do like a hoodie giveaway, like throw a hoodie in there or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, I'll figure something out. But that's the 1,000 sub thing. And like I said, hopefully I'll try to make that grow a little bit more as to what the giveaway stuff will be. But anyway, there we go, Jeremy. 2,000 sub, he's giving away a puzzle.
How do I get in on that? That's what I need to get in on right there.
Well, see, all right. Now, is it a puzzle ball python or is it a puzzle? you gotta watch that fine print there, Adam.
If he gives me a 2,000 piece damn puzzle, pardon my language, Jeremy, I know where you live, man. I will burn your place down. I don't. That's Jeremy Baud. He's the only one I'm threatening here on publicly.
I could just like that. That would just be something I would do, being a smart ass. I'd be, oh yeah, I'm gonna give away this and like name some, like say like a puzzle, and just someone send it there to their place and be like, oh yep, there you go. Here's a puzzle of a puzzle.
Yeah, the picture of the puzzle gene. Oh, it would just be like the biggest like.
It would be so. I mean, it'd be hilarious. I mean, you didn't lie technically.
Oh man, if Jeremy Baud weren't really actually an awesome dude. Jeremy, for the record, Baud has helped me out like you wouldn't believe. And there's a whole other project coming that's about to get public. That's not yet, so I won't talk about it. But that he's really included me on. That's amazing. So I can't talk bad about the guy, but yeah, you ever promised me a puzzle ball python and send me cardboard, we're gonna have a problem, man. Like that.
Let's see. We got. We've had Royal Cohab join up. What's going on? We've got Ken from Primal tuning in. Thank you, Ken. We've got Jared Wood tuning in. What's up? We got Mark. What's going on, brother? I think that catches us up. I don't know if I said hi to Chip. Hey, Chip, what's going on? I can't remember who I said hi to and who I didn't. But yeah. Now, with what I was going to ask you about. What's up, Charlie? How you doing? With what you were saying about Dr. Seidel, with her yellow belly testing, does that just test for yellow belly, or can she tell you what, like, if it's one of the other genes in the complex?
All right. First, let me give a disclaimer. I don't want to speak for her, so I don't 100% know. But as I recall, she is confident in her yellow belly complex testing, other than there was one gene that she was looking for super spores. So talk me through and remind me, like I said, I've had a couple beverages. So we got yellow belly, we got gravel, we got, what else is in the yellow belly complex?
Asphalt, spark.
Okay. Spark is where she's not confident. All but spark she's mapped out. The last time that she and I talked, she was looking for a super spark to confirm her findings. She was confident in her findings of the spark, but the peer review and scientific journal feedback was that she needed to do more research on it. Thank you, John. That's really cool. And to add context to that for everybody in the audience that might not be familiar with Dr. Seidel, she is testing and mapping DNA based on the sheds of ball pythons. But what I love about what she's doing is she publishes it in scientific journals. It's peer-reviewed, and she doesn't claim it's conclusive until it passes the peer review and scientific journal test. And she uses, that's not a good word. Her students participate in the testing, and that's their semester class to generate this mapping. So this was 3-4 months ago. She was looking for some super spark sheds based on the peer review and scientific journal feedback that she got, that they recommended she should do more research on the spark before she claimed that she was confident on spark. So that's what she's looking for.
Chris says she's got it mapped out now, apparently, maybe.
Well, and that, like I said, that was 3-4 months ago. She was looking for that.
Actually, I think, Chris, did you get that shed from Nathan? I think Nathan has somebody, either Chris, Nathan, or Chris or Nathan has a super spark. I forget which one it is. I think it's Chris, though. Chris had so much stuff going on there. Like, yeah. All I can say is everybody's mind will be blown during that facility tour. That's Yeah. Because if she has that mapped out, the first time this male sheds that I got from Nathan, I'm going to be sending the shed up to her just that way I can know.
Hey, Chris just commented on another thing. He says she needs pics of snakes in the yellow belly complex yet to fully publish it. So I know it's a long shot, but if anybody watching has sent her pictures of snakes in the yellow, or has sent her sheds of snakes in the yellow belly complex, send her the pictures accompanying it.
I say, does she need just a single gene, Chris, or can it be a combo, like say a pastel yellow belly?
Probably corresponding to the shed that was sent in.
Okay.
I'm guessing they're saying, okay, we see the results in the shed, but what
does the snake
what does it correspond to is what I'm guessing.
All right. Chris said he sent the Super Spark.
Yeah, that's
cool. I remember either him or Nathan had the Super Spark. I remember seeing it. I just couldn't remember where it was. Saturday is a blur, dude. A complete blur of just snake heaven. Yeah.
Before we move on from Dr. Seidel, the other cool thing that I think is actually the coolest, she studies science for the sake of science. She publishes facts and she doesn't make it proprietary. She is not after patenting anything. Her goal is discovery of facts, and whatever commercial enterprises do with that afterwards, that's on them. So, I mean, she is totally doing this for, the philosophical drive of knowledge for the sake of knowledge. It's fantastic, man. I need to get back to sending her more stuff, I got to say.
See, I had a whole stack of I started saving the sheds to send to her. But it's like I was seeing all these people saying that they were sending her this, and like all these amounts. Sorry, I keep bumping my table. And I was just like, this poor woman's going to get bombarded like terribly with these sheds. And then I think it was on your live, you had said that she didn't need any more because they were going on break and she had so many like stockpiles. Like, okay, well, I'm just going to throw them into my tub.
Well, let me clarify that though. So we got to remember this is a research project, not a customer service business. Ken says, how long does it take to get results? Here you go. Perfect tee up. This is a research project for her students and the progression of science and knowledge. So each semester, her students focus on a certain set of genes. If the shed that you send is within that set for them to test, they will. And she'll send you the results. But you got to remember, a semester's 3-4 months long. So you send in a shed and her going, and she'll email you, thank you, I received your sheds. You thinking it's coming back in 48 hours is a pipe dream because it's not a business. This isn't you order an appetizer in a restaurant and expect it in 8 minutes. That's not the case. So on that end of it, you got to temper your expectations. On the other hand, I'll give you a very, very specific example of both in my case. So I've sent her, I don't know, probably close to 50 sheds. One was what I thought was a het pied het albino, a possible het pied, possible het albino. And she emailed back, your snake is het pied. We did not test this semester for het albino.
Oh, okay.
Okay. At first I was like, oh, I sent you this. How come you can't give me an answer? That's the wrong context to be thinking about it. That's not right.
Yeah.
Then in the same email, she wrote back, you also sent this animal that was het this or that. And I can't remember what it was, but it was probably had to do with pied. And on that one, she said, we did test that shed. However, because we're dealing with undergraduate students in a research situation, errors were made, we cannot claim that these results are conclusive. Therefore, we will not report results for that shed. That's the scientific method. That's how things progress. I'm not paying her. I didn't send her $100 to tell me what's in it. I sent it for free. So that's what you gotta temper your expectations with.
What's up, Carlos? Chris, my email is warfelsmorphs@gmail.com. It's that. It should be down in the description. You should be able to just click on that sucker, copy, paste it, whatever. But yeah. While we're off of a slight topic, let's do my picks of the week. What do you think about that?
You know what? Would I be rude if while you're doing those, I took in cycling, we call it a natural break where water flows where, No,
you're good, Adam. You're good.
All right. You hit the picks of the week. I'll be right back here.
All right. All right. So here is my first pick. So this is for everybody that's an Ultramel fan, is a Bongo Blackhead Leopard Ultramel. And here's one of the reasons why I've started to like Ultramel. That thing is freaking awesome. Not familiar with what Bongo really does. I've got to see some Blackhead in person, like actually physically look at more Blackhead in person instead of seeing at shows. But that thing is awesome. I really, really like that. Especially that stripe. That stripe is amazing. Let's see here. My second pick. See, I only had 3 picks this time. I only had 3 picks. So I did a little bit better this week, guys. Did a little bit better. Next pick is from Ozzy, which he's thinking it's Super OD Pastel Puzzle, and he's not sure if it's cryptic or something else. But that thing's that's just awesome. The head on it, it's just wow. Should not be surprised that it came from Ozzy, but that thing is just killer. I really, really think that thing's awesome. Imagine DG in that yet. You throw DG into that, holy cow. Now, man. All right, Chris, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. And then my last pick of the week, which these weren't technically in any numbered order, but this last pick of the week, this thing is awesome. It blew my mind. But this is a Leopard Freeway, and look at how the darkness of it and like the orange is coming up from the bottom. That's a good looking animal. I don't care what yellow belly, if you like asphalt or gravel, I don't care where you're at. That there is an awesome looking animal. I think we can all agree on that. That's just a stunner of a snake there. And that's from Ball Python Shed. So beautiful, beautiful animal there. So those are my picks of the week, everybody. Looks good, but still take Leo Pavement over it. Well, Leopard Super Asphalt Clown is going to be fire. Yeah, I agree. Ken, I still need to watch your video. I didn't. That was on my list to watch today, and I just didn't get to it. Tell you what, Adam, here you're gonna get a good chuckle out of this. Normally, when I do my videos like the egg pullings, it's me and then my son films. I always have somebody filming the egg pullings.
Yeah.
I learned last year that doing a solo egg pulling just does not work. Like, it's just terrible. It's an editing nightmare. It just doesn't work for me. You
almost would have to have like a helmet cam to do it by yourself.
Yeah. You need like a GoPro or something. I have clutch number 2 egg pulling video coming out this week. I am going to warn everyone. It is complete chaos. Complete chaos. And in the video, I even warned you as well. It's complete chaos. My wife was filming, which isn't the chaotic part, but we had to have my daughter Hadley down in here. and she is obsessed with the snakes, like completely obsessed. So while I'm talking and going over, what I'm doing and why, and just talking about whatever I talk about in that video, Hadley's there commenting or repeating what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and it's
not her 2 cents, right? Yeah.
At one point, like I was so trying to think if I was trying to get her off of the eggs, because I turned that video into 2 videos. There's the egg pooling, and then used part of that video as well for how to get your females back on the food video.
Mm.
But at one point, I was working with Natalia, which is the female, and she's one of the most, like, she's one snake I don't ever really worry about at all. Like, I don't think she's got a mean bone in her body, even with eggs. But, like, she was going around towards Hadley, and Hadley's there putting her hands out, and I caught it, like, last minute. And I was like, I'm just like, please don't bite, don't do it. And she was fine, she was good.
Oh, good.
But it's just like, it's one I kind of slipped there, goofed a little bit, I guess, maybe on not paying full attention to what Hadley was doing and trying to focus on the content. But it was a chaotic video. I'm sure everybody will get a laugh though. Yeah, I know, Tony. My buddy Tony lives down the road and over one. Like, I could probably hit his house with a rock almost if I tried. Yeah, he's 5 houses down, 1 street over. Yeah, that basically describes it. I didn't want to bother him because he's got a wife and family and kids, and he's got crazy hours that he works. He's a driver for UPS. So I didn't want to bother him to do it. I will be fine. We'll be fine. It was chaos. I learned my lesson. Next time I'm calling Tony. So Tony, also be ready. I think, what's the date? She's due July 19th. Be ready for a phone call, brother. Because July 19th, clutch 3's due.
I've got 3 due right now. Day 30 for 3 of them was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and none of them have laid. So
I hate that.
Yeah. So one of them's on day 35 or 36. One's on day 34. One's on day 32. So like 4 times a day, I'm like, what's in there? Nothing. What's in there? Nothing. I think I'm going to steal it shamelessly. Steven and Courtney made a video of them leaving the camera in the tub where they just opened it and it filmed them looking at it. Like, it was perfect. Like, it's so good.
It's true too.
I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah,
it's so true. I mean,
deal, man. Wear my little shirt with my logo and just like have it upside down, pulling the tub.
I do. When Natalia that gave me clutch too, Chris and everybody in our group chat, Chad, Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons, Danny from DTMG, like all those guys are in the group chat. Nicole's in the group chat, and like every day I was like, "There's no freaking eggs. There's no freaking eggs. What the heck?" And that, I mean, I'm there thinking, it's like, all right, I know 30 days is the guideline. I know it's not, a hard boom. This is when they come. I know it's like 30 to 45 is that rough average. I was in the 40s. I think it was like day 42, 43 when she dropped. I was really starting to think I was having issues.
My first one this year was on day 42. My second one was on 35. And now, granted, I'm up to a grand total of 4 clutches in my life at the moment. So this is a small sample size here. But 35, 42 this year. And last year it was 35 and 37, I believe. But it was not 30 for sure. So I don't know. But I hear people that have them before 30. Like, where do I get on that,
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people saying, all right, here's something we were talking about yesterday at Danny's place. And because he experienced it and Nathan experienced it as well. Have you ever heard of females starting to reabsorb, stop reabsorbing, and then start building again? Like they never went down to 0 or whatever that resting size is. they went down from like 20. I think some of the numbers was like 25 ish to like 15, 18, something like that.
My problem is I don't have
and one up.
I don't have an ultrasound, so I wouldn't know.
That's right.
I intend to. Like I keep a list of everything. I got lists all over the place. But my list of investments now has ultrasound at the top of it before fall. So, I mean, honestly, in the next 90 days, I intend to buy an ultrasound. I want to have a little bit of revenue from my hatcheries coming, but I've decided that where my lack of knowledge meets opportunity is where I need to have an ultrasound at the moment.
But have you ever heard of anything like that happening? I mean, or anybody in the chat? I mean, like Jeremy Baud, anybody that's been breeding for years and stuff. I mean, throw something down there in the comments. I'm just curious because I thought when they reabsorbed, like that was it. Like there's no going back.
It seems like it would be that way. But I don't know. I'm totally out of my element here. I couldn't tell you other than adding to bad what if misinformation. You know, I mean, I may as well say, what if an alien flew down and chatted with the snake and changed its mind? I don't know. I don't know.
I like that, Adam.
What I mean? I don't know. Like it could happen, I guess, but I don't
know. Chad says they grow follicles in either side of them. I know that's not medical talk. I mean, it is true. I mean, they have two sets of follicles, but the chance though that, I mean, I just can't imagine, like that's two different females that they've started. You know, they were almost to where they should have been safe, and went down to in the teens and stopped, and then went back up again.
You know, we hear about people breeding all year round and that there's not a breeding season. And I hear enough of that to believe that. And matter of fact, I see enough of that to believe that. Maybe that plays into that. And maybe it's not the very same follicle going down. It's one set coming up and the other going down. I don't know.
Maybe that's it too. I don't know.
Maybe it's a bad analogy, but maybe it's a double helix kind of thing, you know, like there's two
ones going up there.
Yeah.
That could be that could be. Yeah. I just didn't know if anybody, because that I meant to get on Billy's Patreon live today and ask that question, and Hadley just it wasn't happening. Today was not a very. She didn't take a nap, so today was not a very good day. She requested that we go to the pet shop so she could look at cats and puppies and snakes and fish. And so we did that right. Of course, you know, she was throwing that fit right around the time of Billy's live stream. So it's like, okay, I need to get mice anyway. We'll go.
If you don't mind me asking, and if you do mind me, don't worry. I understand. How old's your daughter?
She's 2.
Oh yeah, there's a reason for the stereotype of 2-year-olds. Yeah, gotcha. Yep.
2. She's got that redheaded blood flowing through her because her mom's a redhead. So she didn't get the red hair from mom, but she's definitely got. I mean, I love you, honey. Don't kill me when I come up, but she definitely did pick up some traits from mom.
Hey, my mother's maiden name, and actually my son's middle name is Gallagher. I know all about the fair skinned redheads, man.
Kai, what's up?
What's up, Kai?
Well, while we have Kai and Steven in here, everybody, we are going to be doing a breeder roundtable here. What date did we pick? Was it August 28th? Yeah, August 28th. It's going to be Adam, Steven and Courtney from Leviathan Snakes, and Kai from Lucas Landon Royals, and myself, kind of doing a breeders roundtable and just kind of going through, talking about our seasons, maybe hit some touchy subjects, maybe. I don't know. I have to see where it goes. I figure we could talk about like the Nido stuff going on, because that seems to be a very hot topic and stuff there during that. And we'll just see where conversations go that night. I figure with all of us there, I mean, Steven and myself went 4 hours, which I paid so dearly the next day.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, I paid dearly that day just for watching. The next day, I was like, thank God I work at home, and most people are in hospitality. Most people are off on Mondays, so I was working office and I didn't have to do any Zoom calls. So I was like, ooh, yeah, which might be the same case tomorrow morning with me tonight. We'll see.
Hey, I'm off all next week, so I have no bedtime tonight, everybody.
Oh, good for you.
I tried to get next week off so I could save a vacation day.
Yeah.
Because of having the 4th off, I'll just take 4 days instead of 5.
Yep.
But another guy had off, and my boss was like, well, we can't have you both off. I was like, fine, I'll take the week before off then.
Yeah.
I'll be off for even longer. I guess actually it's the same. Actually, no, it's still longer. No, I guess it's the same. All right, yeah. It's still like 10 days off. But it's a much needed 10 days.
You know, yeah, I was just saying there, Kai, just go ahead.
He says females have 2 sets of follicles. They can reabsorb 1 set, then develop the 2nd set. Okay, so they could do like what you were saying, kind of absorb 1 and add to the other. You know, Phil, what's going on, dude?
Yeah, it's Phil, man. One thing I love about any hobby, but this hobby in specific, there's so many people with different levels of experience, but Kai's got a lot of experience. He's a very analytical guy. Like, I'm not discounting anybody else's voice, but I take Kai's voice pretty highly. So that's cool to hear.
Yep. And I wish I could coax Kai into coming to the barbecue, but apparently he's got birthday parties to go to, which, you know,
kids.
It's totally understandable because it's family. But it's a barbecue, Kai. You get to talk about snakes. Come on. You can just bring the kids along. We can celebrate here. Tony, see you. Maybe we can play COD tomorrow night, dude. Maybe. I don't know if I'll be up for COD tonight.
The heck is COD?
Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm excited about getting the Tanuki suit from Mario on World 7.
I'm a big Call of Duty person. When I get a chance to play, I like playing that. I also get mad at it within like normally the first 45 minutes of it.
Right.
And I ask everybody I'm playing with, why am I playing this game? But it's fun. But anyway, if anybody has any questions in the chat for either of us, drop them in the chat there. We'll get to them because we have no agenda. We're just here shooting the bull and having a good time.
We both told it on our respective shows, or like with one or the other in the chat. We should tell our like real live time commentary of the partho snake purchase.
Yes. All right, dude, that's a perfect one. Because actually that was one thing I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
Seeing the other 2 babies in person, because I haven't seen the other 2 in person, obviously. What was your take on them? Do you think that there's something else going on with that? And since Jeremy's hopefully still in the chat, he can chime in as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool if he was here. So let me start by saying I trust Jeremy Baud's input without exception. He knows what's up. From an optimist versus price value, and I won't say the exact number, but that was a good price value for that snake. Like, yeah, I'll roll the dice on that snake all day long for the price of what Jeremy was asking, right? So and I hope Jeremy Baud's around to help correct us. So far as Baud's got a lot of stuff from breeders named the Bells, and I think they're in Florida, but wherever they're from, they were the ones that brought a lot of Kryptons to the market. So when Billy and Garrick DeMeyer were figuring out whether it was a Krypton or whether it was an Aztec or whatever it was, the Bells were working with a lot of it. I think those snakes look like they have some krypton, something in them. If that mom was an enchi het cryptic, those could be super enchi kryptons. Their faces, their heads to me look clownish with the reduction. Now, with that being said, that is complete supposition. That is complete, me justifying why I would have spent the money to buy that partho female in the moment. I don't know. I think they're beautiful. The normals that came from that clutch ain't normal looking.
Yep.
I would breed one of those. However, partho is such a weird natural occurrence. I can't speak to. It's all total supposition. I would be, as much as I try and focus on business and numbers and metrics and that kind of stuff. That's one thing I would just do for fun. That I would just grow that animal up. I would just breed it for fun. I would breed its male offspring back to it, and in 5 years go, I guess it was enchi, and enjoy the journey the whole way.
Yeah. See, that's I think like most of us, when we saw him show those pictures off of that clutch, I told myself if one of those babies ever comes up for sale, I was going to try to jump on it. And I know you were on the same brainwave. I think Keys was on the same brainwave because I think he was on your live that night, the night before Baud posted it, or the night that.
Oh, really? Could be.
I think it was that week or something. I think it's the night before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of people were waiting for that snake to hit, the sale lot, or one of those snakes to hit the sale lot. And for whatever reason, somehow, by some magical force, I was the first one to send the message about it.
So I think this whole story, for your audience that don't know it, we'll tell it here in a minute from two different perspectives. But I think the story is what's great about this hobby, and that I guess you and I are competitors. We both breed and we both have a live show, but I don't see it as a competitor.
No.
But the other thing too, I really truly, and I'm not saying this just to make myself look good, I truly weighed what was the worth in doing something underhanded in that moment, because I could have. And what would have been worth for Jeremy Baud or for you, So interrupt me where you need to. So this, you kind of set the stage. So these partho babies have been shown, and they're phenomenal snakes. They're killer looking snakes.
I'll go pull her out once they're.
I just did a video where in person I saw the siblings, the two siblings that Jeremy Baud has, and I didn't realize, I've been hitting up Jeremy, and Jeremy's a businessman. When Baud's, I'm going to just call him last name. Baud's a businessman. I don't knock him. He posted it to the free market, and I happened to, and it was on Instagram. Yeah, see, look at the head on that. Doesn't that look clownish where there's that break in the eye stripe behind the eye?
I just love the head on her. I mean,
no, she's fantastic. So to me, I thought in my mind on a partho, you could have a het cryptic enchi produce a visual cryptic super enchi. And man, and for the record, there's no spider in that animal. Those stripes are not spider. That is a super enchi stripe.
And she just shed too. I have pictures of her on Instagram, which do her a lot better justice than this. But yeah, that head just drives me nuts. I love her head.
Yeah, it's that space right behind the eyes, man. I know what super enchis look like. I know what a super enchi clown looks like. I got one. That animal looks different to me. And it could just be the partho craziness, but man, it's cool. So Jeremy Baud posts this thing, and I happen to see in the Instagram comments, Jeremy Warfel says, I'll take her. I want her. So from my relationship with Baud, I got his text. Like, I got his direct number. I text him directly. I'm like, hey, if Warfel falls through, I want her. And Baud, who's, like I say, total above water, I'm not undermining him here. He goes, look, man, it's for sale. You want to buy it? Buy it. Jeremy Warfel hasn't bought it yet. And I was like, ooh, because it was a good price. I'm not going to talk numbers, but it was
we can talk. I don't mind throwing out what I paid for. I mean,
that's up to you, but it was well under half what I thought, and maybe a quarter of what I thought he would charge for it. I assume beautiful snakes are expensive. That's all.
I think with shipping, like the snake herself was $300. So, and I that she was well worth just to have, even if she's just a look at piece.
Right.
And if she would end up being sterile or not able to reproduce or whatever, she's still just a beautiful snake to have. The funny thing is, like, because this ties in with right where you're at in the story, I was at work. I was ripping up a driveway.
Right. You're trying to make a living.
And it was just like I was waiting on a dump truck to come back. So I thought, well, I'm just going to pull my phone out, check out what's on Instagram. And that's when I saw this snake up. And I saw that there was like 50-some people that liked it. And I didn't see any comments yet. I'm like, all right, it's probably gone. Like, if that many people liked it, someone hit Baud up. So I just sent him a message like, hey, if you got it, I want it. And about that time, and like we must have been like seconds. Like our messages probably passed in the air. And about that time is like I get a text from you going, it's either you or me. Are you getting it or what? And I just lost it. It was hilarious.
I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to find it on my phone. So I messaged Jeremy Baud and he said, it's for sale. A ton of people say they want it, but nobody's giving me the money. Whoever whenever it sells, it sells. And I was like, my first impulse was like, boom, I'm eating my cereal. Here's your cash. Done. And all joking aside, all ego, anything else, Jeremy Warfel has been really good to me. And I've never met Jeremy Warfel in person. But he was one of the early guests on my show, always welcomes me. Here we are sitting together impromptu tonight, having a good time. And I was like, man, I at least owe the dude a solid to message him. And I did. I messaged Jeremy, and I feel like maybe I even turned the screw a little bit where I was like, dude, you better buy him now or else I'm going. I don't know. I might have put a little leverage. Like, I'm not sure. But
I didn't get that vibe at all. Because in all honesty, I was more surprised that Baud didn't message you directly about it first.
Well, and then, whoa. Sorry. Yeah, there's the bad music on my reels. I'm looking for the message, but going through the sales process of the tire kickers of the people saying they want to buy stuff and then they disappear, or I want it, but can you do it for 30% less? Blah blah blah. Yeah, you take the money that's on the table, man. I get it. I don't knock Baud for that. Plus, he's been fantastic to me, so I can't knock him for any of it. But I'm looking for the message. We messaged more than I. Oh, here we go.
I was gonna say we talk a decent amount here and there. I mean, we go through our quiet spurts, but
8:18 in the morning. Me, I don't do anything at 8:18 other than drink coffee and post Instagram reels. That's my Instagram reel time. Yo! Exclamation point! It's you or me on that partho enchi. You were first in line. You taking her?
I will forever remember that text too.
But I honestly asked myself, I was like, I really want the snake, but is it worth just totally dumping on Jeremy Warfel for this? And one thing I've learned from guitar, like I buy and flip guitars like you wouldn't believe. Like I've got my set of my guitars, but I'm good at it. I make some money at it. I'm good with repairing them, and I love it. There is always, yeah, that was jazzy. That's summertime jazz theme or some nonsense. There is always another guitar. There'll always be another snake. And like the community is too small. Like I don't think you would have been like, oh, Adam's an ass because he bought that snake. On the other hand, there'd always be that underlying, like, you know, maybe I'm going to keep him at a distance kind of thing. Screw that, man. Enjoy that girl. No, seriously, like enjoy that girl. And like, we're going to tell this story for a decade from now when who knows what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I think the other thing is like this story brings our friendship even closer too. I mean, one, you know, you've got better ties to Jeremy than me, so it would have been a lot easier for you to do it. It would have been a lot easier for him to just sell it to you as well than to sell it to me because he had to ship it to me. You guys could have met somewhere.
No,
it would have been. But I mean, it just shows how good of a friend you are, I guess is the best way to put it.
I would say how important relationships are. Like you've been, every time my name comes up, you tell everybody Adam was the reason I started my show.
Yep. And it's true.
Worth? What's the dollar value on that? It's more than that snake cost. I'll tell you that much, even at my $1.25 a day, you know? So it's cool. We always want a little something extra, but if we didn't get it, we didn't get it. There'll be something else, man.
And look at this. I mean, when she starts reproducing, hey, you can jump right in line. You can snag one of them babies.
Yep, exactly, man.
I am curious because I think either, like you said, there's something because she's not. I mean, I've seen a lot of super enchies, and I saw a lot of super enchies this weekend. Not one looks nearly as good as what she does. Is that like you said, is that the partho? Is it something else that's lying in her? Or is it just the the polymorphism?
Yeah. You know, do you have a clown that you could pair to that?
I do.
Yeah, when the time
I don't get bit.
Well, I'm not saying you have to pull it out. I mean, it's going to be 2 years before you compare it anyway. But for me, I'd pair a clown to that right away. And if you pop out Kryptons, man, that's a whole different story.
Well, here, I mean, I don't have a male. Well, technically, I guess I do have a male for her.
Yeah, you will.
There we go. She locked me out of her tub. Give me 1 second here. You're fine, sweetie. All right. So here we are again with the sweetie.
Yep. Oh, she got an enchi clown?
And here's an enchi clown. A female enchi clown.
Oh, that's a female. Okay.
So
let me see if mine won't bite me. I got a super enchi female.
Okay. Now I have
a super enchi clown female. Excuse me. If it won't bite me.
Now I do have, I'll get out my other super enchi. It's not a clown.
Jeremy, I forgot, man. It's on top of the NHL playoffs and your show. It's feeding night as well. I got rats in that room. I can't open those tubs right now, man.
All right. This one here is a super enchi high intensity OD.
Yep.
And
with more pattern than the other one that has no OD.
Yep. And look at, if she would cooperate, you could see, and if I could work the camera.
Right.
I mean, her head is nowhere near like that.
Yeah, you see where the eye stripe behind it trails off. So on that part, though, on the right eye, it has no trail behind its eye. On the left side, it has just a little machete back there. Yeah. She'll turn around the other way.
There we go.
Yeah, see there? Look at her. She listens good. There's just a little spot behind the eye there. That's, to me, now again, I don't know what partho does. To me, that's textbook Krypton stuff.
There's a good headshot of the super enchi high OD.
That's a cool snake, by the way.
Dude, her oranges freaking glow. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, creative. What is the score of the game? Craft Brew was keeping an eye on it earlier. I can't take a break anymore. Last time I took a break, Colorado scored a goal, tied it up 1-1 with 18 minutes left in the second. I have no idea what it is right now.
But that whole story, like you said, it'll follow us for the rest of our lives, and we'll both tell it. And it's just a great story. I always get a chuckle out of it.
I do too. And like in the moment, I was like, oh my gosh, there was two things. I couldn't believe the price Jeremy was selling it for, and I missed it. So I was like, ah. But now it's like 2-1 Avs. I should have never taken that break. But like, it's always what we want right in the moment. There's another moment. There's another snake. There's more to come. So she's in cool hands. I'm glad I get to see her grow up with you. And I will say, when I was at the Tampa Repticon with Jeremy, I was like, oh, good. You brought the other one. I'll buy that. And he's like, yeah, she's not for sale. I'll buy it right now. I'll buy it. No, not for sale.
In all honesty, I was waiting to see you throw one of them up on Instagram saying, I got one. I was waiting for it because I could see you being very persuasive and Jeremy being like, okay, you know what? For you, I'll let one go.
In honesty, I've told him 6-7 times. So in person, I wasn't just going to be the annoying, like, bah, 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 bah. I wasn't going to just keep at it. So, no, I mean, they're his. And I'll tell you, those reptile shows are great, especially with the big breeders, man. In an uncertain economy, there were deals out there. I will say, Jordan, I was vending at a booth with Dale at Constricted Reptiles, and he was kind enough to host me. I didn't sell any of my own stuff. I just wanted to experience vending. Dale and George MD share buying tables. They'll buy 8 tables together, or 6 and 2, or 5 and 3, or whatever, and they vend together in this big pod. George had a visual VPI axanthic breeder female, $600 listed.
What?
I'm saying, I don't know what it went for, but by the end of the first day, I was like, okay, if that snake doesn't sell, if that one doesn't sell, if that one doesn't sell, I'm going.
It's coming home.
Yeah, and that female VPI was on the top of my list. She did sell, but those 2 on the videos I just released, I got 2 hypos that maybe we can go down. Maybe it's a good rabbit hole to go down. Man, what people are doing with hypos right now, I think hypos are the best value in recessives. I don't think they're the best recessive. I'm not saying that. Best bang for your buck, they're really, really high on the list. So from Dale, I picked up a male and a female. Both are fire enchi hypo. One is pastel, one is leopard.
I said that leopard one is hot, dude. I love that leopard one.
See, I like the pastel one with the thinner stripes and a little brighter color, man. And they're both cool. I want to put them together. I'm just afraid of the white snakes, but I mean, I got 2 years to figure it out. I'll have acid hypo. I'll have acid head hypos by then to put into it. So I'm pumped about that. But they're cool stuff. Like, just on their own, they're great snakes, right? But yeah, those shows are great because, like, these vendors have overhead. Like, they need to pay for the tables, the hotel room, the meals, And I'm not saying to take advantage of them. That's capitalism. You got money in and money out. And where can you make it and when can you make it? Boom. They want to sell, man, when they can. So it was a good show. I didn't have a whole lot of money to spend because I'd already spent the money on the acid before I got there. Yeah. Oops.
But
yeah.
But I think that was well worth it. I mean, hopefully you don't mind me saying this, but before Adam released that video or about him getting that acid, he had told me about it because I had commented about in one of your videos on how I think you should definitely think about the acid project because that's what I really want to get into. And when you sent that funny I just did, I'm like, I just like, oh yes, I got another person I can go to for acid.
Yeah, I'm gonna find. I like say tonight's feeding night. He took an ASF hopper last 2 weeks. This week he took an ASF subadult. Fantastic. The other two, the two hypos took a frozen thawed weaned last Sunday night. So they're not going back to ASF. So I'm keeping them on frozen thawed. Hopefully I could get that guy on weaned tonight because I'm on like a 6-month countdown. I need him ready to go by Christmas if he's going to breed. If not, I'll slow him back down. But I'm optimistic I can get him to some of the recessive females this upcoming breeding season.
See, I'm kind of on the countdown with my Orange Dream Exantic girl and that crazy pastel double het girl that I have growing up. I think they can both be ready for next season, and that'll put them basically at like 2 years old, like just shy of 2. The Exantics probably would be 2, but I think that I can get them to that size, and I feed every 2 weeks,
right?
So it's not like I'm not power feeding. I'm not like cramming huge rats in them. I'm just giving them something that gives them a slight bulge.
Yeah.
But the Exantic girl just decided she doesn't want to eat again. So that's got me on edge. It's like, come on, what's going on? But dude, that crazy pastel girl I have, she's just like an eating machine. I mean, she's the biggest out of all the hatchlings of last season. Nobody's close to her in weight or size. And she's sitting close to like 700 grams, basically empty. Like last time I weighed her after she took a good, healthy bowel movement, she was sitting like just shy of 700 grams. And it's like, I think she could get darn close within another 6 months. I mean, it's iffy.
Right.
But how she, on her pace of growing, I think she could hit it. And that would put me then in the run to hopefully, fingers crossed, best odds I could hit Exantic clowns next season.
Wow. That'd be monstrous.
That would just put me over the moon.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet. I know. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Jeremy, I got 30 minutes left in me. I still got to feed tonight. I forgot I got to feed tonight, man.
All right.
I'm glad I walked into my room when I went to go look for that. I was like, oh, yeah, I got rats out, man. I got to feed tonight.
No, that's good. But we can do 30 more minutes. I'm cool with that. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about in the chat that we can get on? Chris likes his hypo. Chris, I got to see his white lace he has sitting at his house. You talk about something that's stunning.
Yeah.
I think that's all. Like, I'm sure everybody saw Justin's video on white lace compared to Desert Ghost. But seeing it in person, dude, white lace, I think looks better than DG. I really do.
I'm not getting into that, man. The whole pitchforks will come out, man. It'll be stabbing you in the eye. Well, I know I keep bringing up Jeremy Baud had some lace stuff, and I got to see at the Tampa show a ton of Desert Ghost, which actually Desert Ghost was on one of my lists of things I would buy too. I just had the opportunity to buy 2 of those hypos for what I would have paid for one of the Desert Ghosts. It made more sense for me to get the hypos. But I put lace in that same category of like lace is like the glaze on top of everything else, like when you got this most magnificent thing, hit it with hypo, hit it with desert ghost, or hit it with lace, or hell, all three. And it just does this amazing stuff, I think it's fantastic.
Wabi Sabi Exotics asked, do you breed your ASFs? I don't. Adam, you don't breed any rodents at all either.
All I breed is ball pythons, man.
So we can't help you on that. I know Chris from BNS Reptilia could probably help you out, Wabi. I don't know if Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons is in the lobby. If he is, I haven't seen his name pop up, but he's like the ASF king. Baud breeds ASFs.
Yeah.
Or so if Jeremy Baud's in here, he can help you out as well on that. Straight Blast asks, other than bells, what's everyone's go-to sustainability project? Which I think that's a really good topic there.
That is
mine at the moment is bells.
I made a video a long time in my YouTube journey ago. So about a year ago, called Bells Pay the Bills.
Yep.
And so I agree with that. I think pieds are the step up. Like there's the white snake, ooh wow, and then there's the pied, oh wow. For somebody that hasn't seen it, to get into the hobby and that pet or first investment snake, yeah, bells and pieds for me. Clowns are amazing, and particularly to breeders, but they don't have the shock and awe. Like to breeders, they have the shock and awe, but to just a plain brand new set of eyes, they don't have the shock and awe that a bell or a pied does, in my opinion.
Just going through the things here. Chris asked, I started, so I'll just get to the star. Is your ultra pin going or what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. So I got this Ultramel pin. She's been, she was the mom to all the Ultramel double head Ultramel clowns that I have growing up. So next season is going to be a big season because I'll start breeding those siblings back together. I paired her to a pied, actually a pied head albino with the pin Ultramel visual. Man, I don't know. I'm at the point of breeding season where I'm kind of starting to lose faith, and I'm starting to second guess everything I see. Is she? She's not still eating, but she's not sitting on the hot side. She's not perfectly coiling. She's fat as can be in her back half. I don't know. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I can't control it. I'll just wait and see.
Have you tried palpating her?
Yeah, I'm not good at it, and that's another reason I want an ultrasound. Like, I keep coming back to, until I have a breeding stock that I know what they do year after year, which takes years to create,
yep,
I should have an ultrasound. If one day, 5 years down the line, I don't need an ultrasound anymore, then fine, I'll get rid of it. Chris, that's the thing. I do pair once a month, year round, just for kicks, just to see what happens.
So I went, and the two girls that reabsorbed on me this year, which was my Xanthic girl, which was the clutch that hurt the most to lose because that was to a desert ghost. So I was going for those double hets. And she reabsorbed earlier in the year, and the other week I threw the male in thinking, okay, we're just going to give it a shot, see what happens.
Right.
Maybe she'll, we can start her back up. They wanted nothing to do with each other. So I'm kind of, Chris is going to bring his ultrasound up for the barbecue, I think. And we're going to see what's going on again. But I'm thinking I lost that clutch for the season. My banana girl, which I paired to my bumblebee clown male, they sat on either ends of the tub. She actually ended up laying on top of him, which is we're telling him, it ain't happening, dude.
Right, yeah.
So I'm convinced that I can't recover that clutch, so I am stuck.
You
with
just want to
3
cuddle?
clutches.
Just cuddle. It'll be fun.
Yep, yeah, exactly. She's only up for cuddling. She's closed for business. But yes, I don't know. Maybe Chris's ultrasound will tell me elsewise, but Baud. Come on, Jeremy. I mean,
what else are we gonna
the
do?
record's 4 hours. This is nothing.
Yeah, we got 26 minutes, and I gotta go. I gotta feed ball pythons in 26 minutes.
But yeah, no, like, I mean, they're eating great. She's smashing medium rats, and the banana girl, she's smashing medium rats too. So if they do skip this year, I'm hoping that, you know, next season they get dropped some hellaciously big clutches.
Right. Yeah, you get your 10, 12s. Yeah.
But it pushes me back big time, though. Basically puts me, I mean, it does put me back a whole year on that DG Exantic project, which stinks. So it puts me in that position. And here's something, my question to you. What's your thought? Do I go and try to put myself back on track and buy a double head DG Exantic and really take a punch in the wallet? Or do I sit back, just take it nice and easy, hope that she goes next year?
You know, somebody asked me that on my video that I just posted today. For me, if I have the cash flow from the snakes, I'm going to buy it. If I don't have the cash flow from the snakes, then it's a question with me, my wife, my current financial situation. Is it play money or is it blood money? If it's play money and we're not going to short ourselves on family time or vacation or, you know, bush gardens or whatever, maybe. The easy answer is if I got the snake revenue. If I get the hatchling revenue for it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy it. And I might do that. I might do that even if she did go, because I don't want the het to het. I'll sell the female hets and I'll buy that male because of the space, time, overhead feeding rat considerations. And I get it. That's pure business versus enjoyment of the process.
I think that's something everybody has to keep in mind, though, too. I mean, just because you look at it from a business perspective doesn't mean you don't care about the animals.
Yeah, I got somewhere I'm getting to go, and I do love these animals, man. Like these are special animals, but if I got somewhere I'm getting to go, I bring everything back to restaurants. If I want to sell amazing carrots, I'm not going to wait 6 months to grow them in my garden. I'm going to find amazing carrots. I'm going to buy them and I'm going to sell them. I'm going to figure out, you know, or beef or chicken or whatever. So that's how I see it from a business standpoint.
Yeah. That's somewhere I mean, I guess I'll have to see how the odds favor me. Especially only having 3 clutches. I mean, there's so many things I need to that are probably more important to reinvest in, like an ultrasound. I gotta get the carpets into PVC enclosures. Zena's, you know, she doesn't look very big, all coiled up there in her enclosure right now, but she's approaching that 6 foot long. Mm-hmm. So of 40 gallons getting a little small for her. So I gotta, you know, it's one of those deals where I gotta put some other things in priority, I think, before. But if I'd hit, like, say, I think, what is clutch? My bell clutch, that's 6 eggs. I think it's 6 eggs. If I hit 5 bells, I mean, bell goes for what, 500, 400 or 500 a pop, roughly.
Yeah, I mean, probably 3 and change males, 4 and 5 change for females. You know, yeah, I think so. And like, I mean, let's play it out for a minute. Even if you hit, what were you saying, a double het Exantic clown?
Yeah, double het Exantic clown for next season. That rough right there. I mean, if I would hit that, it wouldn't be going anywhere. That's the thing.
But what if you, just for the sake of argument, you average 6 eggs, half will be female. 3 of those are what? $3,000, $3,600, you know, a grand, 1,200.
An exantic clown, like visual?
No, double het.
Female. Oh, double het. I sold my double het normals because this was my big goof of last season, and I learned really rapidly from it. Last season, with my double het clutch, I sold the male, the one other male I had because I kept one male back, and I sold 3 normal females that were double het. And I think the normal females I sold for like 300 because I mean that's what they were going for on Morph Market.
Clown exantic double het females.
Yep, double het exantic clown females were going for like $300 that were normals.
Holy cow!
Yeah. Now, if you had other genes stacked in there, of course, you know the price was up.
No, I know, but all right. So maybe there's a difference from gene to gene. My double het ultramel clown female, $1,000.
I believe that though. Because ultra clowns are one of those like ultramel is a hot ticket item right now.
See, right now, if I could get 3 double het female ultramel clowns, I'd sell them and buy a visual male. It wouldn't be quite even exchange, but it'd be pretty close. Yeah. Or a double visual of another recessive project I'm working on. You know, to put me that much more ahead, because that's 3 mouths I got to feed for 2.5 years and then hope to play the double het odds.
Guy says, but if you can't afford it, which, yeah, that's where my big thing.
If you can afford it.
As I say, yeah, that's where my big thing comes into play.
Well, and that's
Lady Luck does not like me very much at all. Last year, I had to
improve those odds, but that's what I was saying. If I could get snake revenue to pay for it, I would. This isn't me going, I'm rich, just buy it. No. If I could get snake revenue to pay for it and not have the overhead and have to play either less or no odds, I'm playing it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, for my exantic clown game, I'm definitely going to have to just cross my fingers and hope. I don't even know what those odds are. I remember punching it in the calculator, and that's what made me think I was an idiot for getting rid of all those other females that were normals.
Double het to double het?
Yeah, I think it's like, what, 1 in
16?
Is it 1 in 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so I mean, I'll be happy if I just hit one visual. I'll be honest. As far as even just like in a visual exantic, but Tony's giving you an update. 3rd period, puck is about to drop.
I don't need to know the puck's going to drop. I need to know the score. Hey, Adam, it's great. Yeah, wonderful.
But yeah, I think that's. I'm hoping Lady Luck shines on me for the exantic clown thing. If I would hit just one visual, I don't care if it's male or female, just one. That makes me completely happy. I will do a dance on camera for everybody if I hit that. Might lose some subs after that dance, but it'll be worth it.
If you hit that, I'll play guitar. You can dance to the ridiculousness, and we'll drive away all possible, supporters at that point.
Oh, that's great. Which I think we've got. I saw some new faces in here. I'm gonna see if I can't find them quick. Where were they? Probably. All right, Wabi Sabi, you're a new face. I don't remember seeing you. Thanks for tuning in. Destro, I don't remember ever seeing you in the chat either. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. If anybody isn't sub to Adam or myself, I will have Adam's info in the description as soon as we're done with this. I actually might still. Hey, look, watch this. Well, bam, there. Click on that link. That'll take you to Adam's.
I like channel.
That. And hit the sub button for him. And also hit the sub button for me if you don't mind. I appreciate all the support. We have an 800, 900, and 1,000 sub giveaway coming up, but we got to hit those marks. Let's see. I'm just curious. Let's refresh to see if maybe we did. Oh, we got 781. All right, we went up 1. I'm happy.
Nice.
I'm happy. But yeah, so I appreciate all the support, everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in as well. Everybody's great. You're all family to me, so I greatly appreciate it. All right, we only got you for a little bit longer, Adam. Tell us what's going on over there. I know we'll be talking more next week about more. I'll actually get a hold of you and bounce off some ideas of more topics. Maybe we'll try to get into like some deep topics for next week. Sure. But what do you got going on over there?
So those of you that don't know me, I'm in my second year of breeding, trying to hit, this is my year of kind of like proving to myself if this could be a viable business. Is it a side hustle that makes a little bit, or is it like a dependable revenue stream? So it's something I'm working on, and ball pythons, YouTube is an important part of that. And I do a little bit of advertising consulting and that stuff. But as far as snakes go, and back to your point, Jeremy, I'm in my second year of breeding. I've got about 50 snakes that are either holdback or breeding stock. I paired 13 females this year. I've only got 2 clutches in the box, but I've got 3 that are due this past week, so that are all over 30 days due. And I still think the over-under for my number of clutches this year will be 9 or 10. I think I could be wrong. And like I say, that's another sort of hint that maybe I need an ultrasound. So I'm looking at that. I'm a small breeder and I have a YouTube channel, and that's what's going on right now. This is really nerdy, like really geeky stuff. Just today, I'm in the process. I have a snake room here in my garage that's micro temperature controlled and all that. It's only 65 square feet, and it has a door that opens into the room. So where that door is unusable square feet. It's about 9 square feet. Well, 9 square feet of 60 is more than 10% of the room. So I'm in the process of installing a sliding barn door is what the project is today. So I got the rail up. Tomorrow I'll put the door on it so that I'll get that square footage back and I could put more racks in.
Nice.
Again, more boring stuff, but really like incredibly useful, I think. Not Friday 2 nights ago, Friday 9 nights ago, I insulated the roof of my garage with R39. I think it's 14-inch insulation. Unreal difference. I've set I've got a Mr. Cool mini split on the garage that I installed to temperature control it. Before I installed that, the ceiling temperature was reading 102. I have set that mini split at 81 since then, and the temperature hasn't gone up. You see it, it's 76.8. That's on June 26th in Florida. It is incredible what a difference that insulation made. Man, I'm envisioning a world where I don't need a room in my garage. I might just tear down the room and make the whole garage facility.
That would be cool.
Yeah, this is my work desk. I work at this desk, 35, 40 hours a week. My incubator's right there. My rehearsal space is right there. My sink and my snake room are right there. But if I didn't have the walls for the snake room, I could rearrange the whole garage, which is 20 by 20, 400 square feet. I could make it all temperature controlled snake stuff.
Dude, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Now, what would it take? Like, how much of a pain would it be to rip down the walls though?
You know what? I didn't use any nails. I used all screws. It would just be, honestly, it would be just dissecting it around the racks. I have ARS racks to the ceiling in that room. So I can't actually get the racks out without disassembling them. So I could disassemble the walls. It's one of those economic questions of it's a sunk cost. Like I put about $1,000 into building that room. Okay. It'd be $1,000 gone. But what, like, you just got to move on. Yeah, you can't be the guy at the blackjack table down 500 going, well, I've already put 500 in. I got to keep going. No, walk away from it and go on. It's a sunk cost,
I know, like for me, I don't even know what I spent on my snake room. I really don't. I didn't want to keep track of it at all because I figured I'll just cry in the long run and it'll discourage me if I saw the actual cost.
Hang on. I want to make sure if Jeremy's correcting me that it's R13. It is not. It's R39. It's $1.55 a square foot, and it's ceiling stuff that's 14 inches thick. R19 goes in the walls. R39 for ceiling stuff is what I put in.
Okay. And then they go through R2D. Oh, the Star Wars. The force is strong with those guys there.
That's right.
Yeah, like with my wall, this wall is going to be going.
I'm excited to see what you do when you do this, man. This is real, like, sledgehammer stuff, man.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how to tactfully do it where I don't have to move. I don't want to have to move everything that's down here back up to the man cave.
Yeah.
Because that's just not a feasible thing to do now. That's just going to be too much space, and it's not a feasible thing. So I'm basically going to have to shift everything away from the wall a little bit at least. And I don't know, I guess maybe put like a giant plastic barrier and tape the sucker down so that way any of the dust doesn't get over into the snakes.
See, mine doesn't have any sheetrock, so I think the dust would be minimal. Mine's all 2x4 and then like maybe 1/4 inch thick wall. It's not structure supporting wall. It was really just to insulate. And then I used R8, like 1 1/4 inch thick styro walls behind the 1/4 inch wood plywood walls.
Oh, okay. See, my walls are like 6 inches thick.
Yeah, that's a different story. Yeah, yours is an actual wall. Mine's superficial. Mine was an insulating wall, not a structural bearing, wall.
Yeah, like I think I used 1/2 inch sheetrock, the purple stuff, so that way, with the high humidity, I didn't want to run any chance of like the molding or any of that stuff. The outside of the wall has 1 inch thick foam. And then you got the 2x4s, 1 inch thick foam for the interior wall, and then another thing, a 1/2 inch sheetrock. So, I mean, they're thick walls. Now, the walls that are against like the exterior walls, like for the outside of the house, those are insulated with foam then. They're with the 2x4s.
Yeah. I think you should, not that you need my input from a construction standpoint, but if you pulled everything off and then draped plastic and then went to town either with, circular saws or, sledgehammers, I think that's the best you're going to get, man. Because, I mean, you got to get industrial on that thing.
Yeah, that's the part that sucks because it's like you said, like all that money, like that's a lot of money. Even like the acrylic, because originally that was supposed to be the man cave on the other side. I wanted to be able to look in from my man cave and see my collection and everything.
Yeah. And
I rapidly approached that point where I realized this room, even though it's like a 14x12, I think, something like that. I rapidly approached that point where I realized I don't have room for what I want. I know I still have my rack still have plenty of room to go up. I'm by no means maxed out on that space. But thinking ahead, it's like I'm going to outgrow this room very quickly, especially once the carpets start, popping eggs out. A big female can throw out 30 eggs. I mean, talk about that's where I'm, thinking. I mean, now that doesn't happen. I don't know how often,
right?
You're going to get a clutch sizes like that, or how many would be viable. But I'm just thinking ahead, best case scenario, but worst case scenario at the same point. I got to be ready for when all that stuff happens, and working double and triple recessives. It's going to take space. And I can't do everything I want to do in this small room like I thought.
I guess for me, it would come down to first how much play money you got, your world, cash flow from what you could produce versus what you can have coming in. And then again, and I know it's not glamorous to say, but if you could buy what you need to get you where you want to go, does that make more sense than tearing down walls, buying more racks, paying overhead for babies for 2.5 years, and playing odds? Every situation's unique, that's and again, some of that's me just talking to myself, like reinforcing if I already believe that, it's easy for me to say out loud, well, that's what I should do. So I don't even know 100% if I believe all that, but that's kind of my thought on it,
Yeah. Straight blast, you're thinking 12 by 12. You want to be doing 80 females and 20 males. I would say, you could probably, let's see, how big? You figure 55-40, you'd need, just say you house your females in a 55-40, so you need two 55-40s. You need a 50-20 for your males on average. My males are of size where they can, they're pretty comfy in a 50-20. I have one male that's exceedingly huge, where he's the only male in the 55-40 rack. But
you're also going to need, if you have
hatchling
8 females, and 50 of them go, you get 6 out of each, average of 6 or higher. You need a minimum of 300 hatchling space.
Yeah. I think a lot of it probably comes down because if, like, say, all right, for instance, I'll say ARS. You're talking like a 1065. You're going to need a couple of those. You're going to eat up space real quick.
Yeah, I will say, I think the 50-40s and the 55-40s and the 70-30s are incredibly space efficient.
Yeah.
The 1065s don't seem, I feel like I can hold 65 hatchlings properly in less space than that 1065 takes up. Those seem like big tubs. Yeah. So now again, this is maybe me just preaching to my own choir. I build my own hatchling racks that take up much less space, but I'm sold. I'm totally into the 50-40s, the 55-40s. Jeremy's got he's got a 30 by 24. How many snakes you got in there? He's got a lot. I've been in that room. He's got a ton.
Oh, I bet. So I'll say this. Whatever you think you're going to need, double it.
Let's simplify this real fast. You need more. Yeah, that's what we've all found. Yeah.
Because, like, perfect example, me, Adam, you're thinking bigger with what you've got. My buddy Mike that breeds the boas, he did one room, and it wasn't long after, and he was building another room. And now he's got that room basically filled up, and he's like, what do I do now? Because, boas take up a lot of space.
Yeah. So here's what I found, though, too. Forget ball pythons, forget guitars, here's a little therapy session for me and my wife. If we have cabinets, we're going to find crap to shove in them forever. And when my wife wants me to build more cabinets and a new bar display, we're going to shove more crap in those cabinets.
Yep.
Whereas if I don't have the space, if I pump the brakes, if I know that I have my 65 square feet, then I get real critical of what I'm going to put in each and every tub and what makes the most sense. Then I'm not holding back double het to double het. I'm taking the revenue. I'll let somebody else play the double het game, and I'll take the revenue. And instead of holding back 3 or 4, I got one visual that I could put to use. Is it fun? Not as much. do I want more? Hell yeah. I want a big, yeah, I want more. I want to sit here and talk about what I bought endlessly, but I don't live that life. I don't have it, So in a lot of ways, I think the space is good. I joke I'm on a one in, one out guitar program. Like, I don't need more guitars, and those don't breed and make little guitars. Like, all right, if I want a new guitar, I got to sell one or two. So I always have one or two for sale because there's always going to be another one that I want. Those are all the thoughts that go into my head. Yeah, you always want more. You always want bigger. You always want more space. Sometimes dealing what you got is going to increase efficiency.
That's true too. There's more than one way to skin a cat, I guess.
That's such a weird expression, isn't it?
It is. It really is. It's thrown out too much. It's thrown. I don't know. Pennsylvania, Lancaster County has a lot of weird expressions. That's one that's always thrown out.
No, I've heard that plenty. Hey, what? All right. So one more 30-second food for thought. I worked for Ruby Tuesday in the mid 90s to the mid 2000s for 10 years. And in that time, Ruby's went from pretty spacious restaurants to very, very efficient, small kitchens. I mean, we were on top of each other. But one thing I know is that Ruby's had to return a return on investment to its shareholders. They were a publicly traded company that were bound by their results of efficiency and economy. And they did a lot more with a lot less square footage. They went down and they actually traded in less revenue, but they could make more profit with a smaller overhead, being incredibly efficient. And that's a whole show of topic in and of itself, but it's also something to think about. Like, we don't need to just go more for crazy. Like, putting thought into what we do with each, like you say, you could go up, you could choose what to hold back, you could choose to turn that into revenue for investment. There's no specific answer, but those are all thoughts that I have anyhow. That's what I put into my world.
I think the other thing is too, are you just going to be sticking with one species, or are you going to be thinking down the road you're going to dabble into something else?
For me,
that's going to take up a lot of other space. Because, like, for me, it originally started out with the balls, and then I decided I was going to get into the carpets as well as a side thing. And the carpets technically are what threw the monkey wrench into the whole ordeal. So we'll blame them. Oh, wait, here. Adam, would you be willing to help me with guitar info on a guitar my mother-in-law wants priced to sell?
Most certainly. Hit me on Instagram, Charles. I'll be totally happy to do that, man. And plus, I would geek out. I love looking at guitars. I'll absolutely. And if I don't know on it, I'll tell you I don't know. But absolutely, I'd be happy to do
that. Blue says debating on selling my non-recessive animals. I know a lot of people like to focus on like the recessives. I also think you have to, like, Stephen touched base on it when we were on the live together, where it's nice to be able to hit all the market points, because not everybody's going to be able to afford that $1,000 and above animal. It's good to have that variety so you can help everybody out. And
again, it's on sort of space, time, and resources, and where you're going to sell.
Yeah, that's true too.
If you're going to brand yourself as the recessive guy and only sell on Morph Market, and you don't have to worry about the overhead of small town reptile shows, no. Also, does it make you happy? If you're happy doing it, by all means, you're going to be more passionate about it. Those are the building blocks that everybody eventually needs.
Yep. You can breed a 10K male to a normal female and make a killing. That's very true, Jeremy. That's very, very true.
Yeah. It's getting that 10K.
What's that?
It's getting that 10K and having the stones to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that would freak me out, spending that much money on a snake and just hoping that something stupid doesn't happen to it.
But let me say one thing on that. Jeremy can breed a 10K male and make a killing on it. A no-name person that has to convince everybody that it's actually het 10K, that's a harder thing. That's why I make YouTube videos for 2 years before I ever deal in 10K.
That's very, very true too. It's nice to have that. I don't want to say paper trail because it's not a paper trail, but it's nice to have that trail where people can look back.
That's right.
And it reinforces, hey, this is what I'm saying it is. Look.
Yeah. You're going to pop up out of nowhere with 5K females. Hey, trust me, that ain't going to cut it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Amelia says, like the idea of selling at different levels, but I'm not sure I'll have this. See, that is the other thing too, as well. I mean, you have to weigh all your options and figure out what you want to do. Like, if you want to be the recessive king or queen, go for it. If you want to sell to all the different price points, go for it. It's more, like you said, what do you have the space for, and what do you want your brand to be based around?
Yeah, and what are you willing to work for? What we're talking through just proves none of it's easy. Else we'd all be snake millionaires. It's hard. Our odds are long and slim, frankly. So we're giving it a shot. Thank God he got one clutch out of that thing.
Yeah. Paid 30. Yep. That would be freaking. Oh my God, that would. I heard actually. Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons, the mother to the baby that I just got from him, he had gotten it from, I forget who he said. I think it was Antoine, maybe. I forget. Anyway, it dropped the clutch. It was eating for, and this was an adult proven breeder female. She was eating for a couple weeks afterwards and then just dropped that out of nowhere. Like, just completely done.
Huh.
And it's just like, you never know. Like, imagine if you just spent $30K on an animal and she was fine the night before, you come in and check on her and there she is.
I think it's got to be relative to what you can handle. So 2 years ago, if you told me I'd be spending $1,000 on a snake, I would laugh in your face, right?
Yep.
But relative to my income now from snakes, it makes sense to do. In 5 years, 30K might make sense to do.
That's true.
I spent $70,000 on a pizza oven renovation in one of our restaurants. We're doing $3 million a year in revenue. 60 grand was a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
60 grand when we told the owners, their eyes popped out of their heads. I had to show them pizza was our highest margin item. It's also our highest volume item. It's also where we slow down and get the most complaints because our existing situation is a problem. So yeah, there's a day when 30 grand makes sense to guys like you and I sitting in our garage and basement dreaming about the future, maybe not. And again, I still go back to, like, I don't know that I can buy a 30 grand snake today and sell its offspring for what they're worth based on the trust that the hobby has in me yet, you know?
Yeah. Baud hit this one right on the nail, right on the head with that comment.
Yeah.
You give two separate people the same collection. One can do amazing with it, and the other one can just bomb it.
That's why there's experts with time. That's why I can claim to be an expert in restaurant. I have 25 years in restaurants. I have a good feel for that. I don't have a feel yet for ball. I mean, I'm more of a feel than I did, but you know, I'm still on it.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an incredible point, Jeremy. Baud. Yeah.
All right. I got animals to feed.
Yeah.
So everybody, here is, if anybody new just joined, here is Adam's link. Go to his YouTube channel, check him out, give him that subscribe. I know he'll appreciate it.
I will.
Also hit that sub button for me as well. I greatly appreciate it. Hit the like button, leave me a comment down below to let me know what you guys thought of this live. It wasn't Baker. He had an emergency. I am sorry on that. He had an officer gets shot, which is horrendously terrible. So thoughts and prayers out to that officer and his family or her family. But yeah, so I will try to reschedule Baker in the near future. I am booked out. This is amazing. I'm booked out till August. Like I have to start thinking about September showings now. It's yeah, we've got a lot of people coming on. Just real quick, where's my list here? Gotta love it when you don't know where your list is at.
Oh, when you're getting your list together, Tuesday night on my show, Proper Royals Live, Tuesday nights, Ty Park, I got on the show this week coming up from Iguana Land. Ton of insight on the legalities of what we're fighting and what we're going through right now. He's got a collection of over 2,000 reptiles and either the largest or second largest reptile zoo in the United States, down in Punta Gorda in Florida. So Ty will be on the show. I wouldn't normally mention somebody's age other than he's been at it a long time. He's 65 or 67, man. He's been at it a long, long time. Still works like an animal. So Ty Park next this Tuesday night, two nights from now, 48 hours from now.
Nice. I always try to catch your lives.
You do, yeah.
9 times out of 10, I'm there. On the rare occasion, I'm not, but normally I'm there. July, the next showing, you'll be seeing this fine gentleman over here again.
The secret
about some ideas. We're gonna come up with a great show and hit some, hopefully hit some topics maybe that nobody's really talking about. Kind of try to go outside the bubble or something.
Yeah, we can do an actual show prep. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. And then on July 10th, I have Austin from Royal Highness Pythons. That's right, King Austin will be on the show. On the 17th, I have Danny from DTMG, which sadly his facility touring won't be out before that show because of all the content I have shot. But yeah, July 24th, I have Brian Cusco from Triple B coming on. So that's a great show. I'm anxious to see because I've loved watching Brian's channel. The positivity that man throws out is just amazing. I think he's a great example for us all. July 31st, I have Sal Gomez from Gomez Pythons. On August 7th, I have Brian Gundy from For Goodness Snakes coming on. So that was another one I was stoked to get. Then I thought I booked, might have one more here that I'm forgetting. Because let's see, August 7th is Brian Gundy. August 13th, which is a Saturday. Because I have Comic-Con on Sunday and I refuse to get in YouTube's, crap box again. Didn't know.
It's real.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah, I did too.
So I'm switching that Sundays live to that Saturday. I have Chip from Regis Fear's Pythons coming on that day. On August 21st, I have Dave from JDH Reptiles coming on. And then August 28th, we have the Breeder Roundtable with Adam, Kai from Lucas Landon Royals, and Steven and Courtney from Leviathan Snakes. So that's going to be an awesome show that I'm really, really looking forward to. I probably should have took vacation the next day.
There's still time. Get the paperwork in.
I actually booked all my vacation up.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, dude. For my job, like you got to get it in like as early as possible. So I took. Go ahead.
Sorry, you said you have a 2-year-old daughter. Do you have any other kids or not?
I have my son Dominic. That's 15.
We should have a snake dad joke competition. You laugh, you lose. You laugh, you die. We got 1 week to prepare. It'll be
I
terrible.
suck at jokes. I suck at even dad jokes.
Well,
I'd be out right away.
Suck anyway.
Well, that's true too. Oh man. That would be funny.
Or
But anyway,
to the round table. We all got kids on the round table.
Dude, we should do that. Just maybe we'll have to do that. Just see what everybody can
how
come
long
up with.
it goes.
I don't know. Something tells me. I think out of us all, Kai would be the tough one to break. I can see Kai being really tough to break. But it would be Kai that would get us all out.
Yeah. I'm up for the challenge. I'll try it.
We should do that. That would be cool. We'll do that. But,
all right. Jeremy, thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. We'll do it next week. But listen, if you get Baker instead, no sweat. I get it. We'll be buddies either way. But I'll be here next week if not.
All right. Now I'll figure out. I'll see if I can't book Baker in September or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So just stay on here 1 second, Adam. Everybody, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for tuning in. The video for this week is clutch pulling of clutch number 2. It is chaotic. So if you want to see me like half pulling my hair out, definitely tune in and watch that one. It is good. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a really good video. It is chaotic though. But thanks again, everybody. And if you want a new Warfels Morph shirt, hit me up on Instagram or the community section on my channel. And I have a post on there that tells you how to go about getting one. And that's it. Thank you, everyone, again. And we'll catch you next time. Later.
See you, everybody.